Day 2 in Cape Town. This is the top of Table Mountain. So this is the sea view. We'll get another shot on the other side, the city and the harbor. But words can't even express how beautiful it is up here. It's amazing. My audio is going to be challenging with the microphone and the wind. This is actually the least windy side. The other side is crazy. I'm trying to hold my camera still. No way you can wear a hat. This side's not too bad. But yeah, so we bought a 2-day ticket for the hop-on, hop-off bus. The red line is kind of the town line and also comes here, and then the blue line we will do tomorrow and goes over to wine country and some of the beaches and whatnot. So good way to see the city if you only have a couple days, and pretty reasonable. I'll have to get back to you on the actual cost. I don't remember the exact cost, but it wasn't a lot. Yesterday, the tour to the Cape, all-day tour, it was about $60, and then there was a couple other entrance fees, like for the penguins. I think we paid one other entrance fee somewhere, but that included the entrance fee to Cape Point, or Cape, the Cape Park, if you will. All right, so good morning from Cape Malay. Continuing on with the tour. This is the walkway here. You can see the tip of, I guess this is the tip of the Cape. And on the other side, we will have a view of the harbor in Cape Town. I'm sure the video doesn't do this justice. This is like I've been to some nice places, but this tops the list for sure. Just look at that. Absolutely amazing. All right, so this is the other side, the harbor side. So you can see the harbor wraps around here. There's a little bit of a glare, but hopefully everybody can see this. And there is downtown Cape Town. See the stadium there? There's a big rugby match last night. The traffic. You can see that the wind is worse on this side. To hold the selfie stick with another hand. Still. This area down here is the waterfront, where a lot of the shops and restaurants and stuff like that are. And all the tours start from there. And we are here somewhere. You can tell this wind is hawking. See all the beautiful mountains in the background. This is one of the most beautiful places I've ever been. Awesome. Alright, so here's another vantage point where you can see some of the greenery, and over here towards the beach areas, and then on the other side of this rock are some more little towns, which are our next few stops on the bus. I don't know that we'll get off. We're going to do the Blue Route tomorrow, and it goes to all those beach towns as well as the wine area. Weather's not going to be as good tomorrow, so we do need to pack as much in today as we can. This concludes our visit with Table Mountain. Getting ready to get back on the cable car and head back down. So the the ticket for 2 days for the cable car, or excuse me, the hop-on bus. Well, I don't see the price on it. Oh yeah, it's $425, not including the cable car. So I think it was about $1,000, including the cable car, for 2 days. Only 1 day in the cable car. So that's about $60 for 2 days. Not a bad deal. All right, this is the next stop. This is called Sea Point. And you can see the beach isn't real nice. It's kind of jaggedy and lots of seaweed, but check this out. There's a little pool. Kind of cool. And in the back is the Lion's Head mountain. And then here are all these beautiful fancy apartments. Here's a nice little area where you can sit and have a gelato or an ice cream. And then up here, 1 block up, is the Mojo Market. And I really wish I was hungry right now because that place is amazing. I walked through there, just unbelievably good looking food in there. I did procure some biltong, which is a South African version of jerky. They have all kinds of funky kinds. Of course, Tourist Dave got lean beef. And it's delicious. So, oh, there you can see Lion's Head up there. You can see all these lifestyles of the rich and famous apartments. And so these are all apartments right here on the beach, high-end apartments. And then if you go like another block inwards, they're private residences. So this is Seaport. Town is that way, downtown is that way. And everybody's out here having a good time, super chill, love it. All right, so we are on this little harbor cruise, and that goes out to the bay. And this is kind of interesting, but not real scenic. Just a bunch of fishing boats and whatnot, but it's kind of cool to see the inner workings of a port from up close. 4,000 boats come through this port every year, 4,000. And when we boarded the bus, we saw a lot of seals, so I will film some of that on the way back because they were quite fun. This harbor cruise is included with a 2 or 3 day ticket. If you buy a 1 day ticket, you have to pay extra for it. So this is basically free because 2 day ticket's only $6 more than a 1 day ticket. And then you get this harbor cruise, you get a canal cruise, which we probably won't do, maybe we will. And then a nighttime bus ride, which we probably won't do either, but so there's Lion's Head up there and Table Mountain. You can see town there. Table Mountain. You board this boat at the V&A Waterfront, which is there's Table Mountain, which is the main stop. It's not the stop near our hotel, but it's the main office, and that's where you get the boat tours. And there's also a lot of restaurants, bars. Looks super fun, and pretty awesome. So I'll come back shortly with the seals. All right, so pulling back in from the harbor where all the fishing boats and the exit to the ocean was. Now we're coming back to our port and passing some of these beautiful yachts. And over here in the V&A Waterfront, there's hundreds of restaurants. There's a lot in this building right here too. We haven't been inside yet, but we walked by it. But tons of nice stuff. This boat here is awesome. The Pelican. Awesome. And then now we will go see the seals on our way out. Alright, so we just got off the boat, and this is what you see when you get on and off the boat. You see these seals. They built them a nice little platform, but you can see them in the water as well. Look at this one. This one's huge. He's like double the size of some of the others. I know the bigger ones are probably the males. Now, I don't know if the smaller ones are females or whether they're young, but they are super cool. By the way, they get in a lot of fights, I noticed, when you're waiting for the boat to get on. Yeah, see, there's a fight going on. I saw one big one literally knock some other dude off into the water. So they're kind of aggressive with each other sometimes. I think they're fighting. Maybe they're playing. I don't know. I think they're fighting. But so they come up here to get some. Oh my. I could probably stand here all day and watch these guys. This is so fun. All right, signing out from the seal platform at V&A Waterfront. All right, so we had made it back from the red bus tour. Tomorrow we'll do the blue bus tour. This is an area called St. George's Mall. The hotel is on this road, and this little spot right up here is where all the Hellraisers party. Looks to be a bunch of locals, and tons of big, huge beers, and nice smell of marijuana in the air. And as you head down St. George's Mall, it's all the people selling their wares now. It was much busier than this yesterday. It is Sunday, so there's not as many people out today. But this is kind of a famous area for walking, and some of the shops are open, some of them aren't, because again, it's Sunday, and tomorrow is a holiday. It's a Monday, but it's a holiday. So she said all the sightseeing will be open as usual, but some of the stores, restaurants, stuff like that will be closed. So, you know, getting dinner will always be a challenge. This place is pretty deserted at night, and it's, you know, I have not felt unsafe the entire time I've been here, but at night I would not be walking around here at night. It doesn't seem safe at all. So there is our hotel. Inn Express. We'll talk more about that here in a minute, but it's located right here on St. George's Mall, and a lot of these restaurants were closed last night, and again, not really wanting to go out after dark We made our way over here to this restaurant, Gorgeous George. And it is a super swanky place, and the food was amazing. Amazing. So I'm getting ready to go on a walking tour of the Bo-Kaap district, which is a local district where there's some colorful houses and whatnot. The hotel. Next door is Wimpy, the hamburger place, and they've closed early both days, and they were open earlier in the day. That's like the South African McDonald's, I guess. I don't know. Who knows? And one block over there, there's also a big street market, which is pretty busy today. And if you see this green umbrella here, that's called the Motherland Coffee. Sorry about the focus here. Motherland Coffee. And that's where the free walking tours leave from. There's a city tour and a Bo-Kaap tour. Bo-Kaap are those colorful houses I talked about. I'm going on the Bo-Kaap tour. It's very hot today. Wifey doesn't want to be in the sun, so she's going to chill out and go to the gym, and I am going to go on the walking tour. So let me comment on the hotel real quickly, because I did show you the room, and man, that room is, I don't even know how to put it. It's not nice at all. But I selected this for its location. I mean, I'm only one block from the tour bus stop. And so it was very convenient. 40,000 points for 4 nights. That's really 40,000 for 3 nights. And I get the 4th night free for having the IHG credit card. So, I mean, that's the deal of the century. That's like 1 night in the US. So that's a good deal. Really good deal. The people at the hotel could not be nicer, could not be more helpful, but the hotel is just, you know, the room is kind of dank and dingy and old. It is clean, I will say that. The worst part is it's a double bed and then a sofa bed. Well, it's a different type of sofa bed than I'm used to, so I didn't even think it was a sofa bed. The first night we both slept on the double bed. It was really cramped, and where you're not big people. And last night the guy showed me how to pull the bed out. It's completely different from sofa beds in the US, and then, you know, I had to get the lady to come up and make it up because they don't have like extra sheets and whatnot in the room. So last night I slept on the sofa bed. Wifey was able to get a good night's sleep in the real bed by herself without me cramming up against her. And so it is all good. Not a great hotel, but it is a perfect location. And the staff is great. Staff is really great. The breakfast is okay. Again, it's a Holiday Inn Express. I will go as far as to say the breakfast is better than a Holiday Inn Express in the United States. I will say that for sure. So I was able to get a nice breakfast both mornings, and yeah. So getting ready to go on the walking tour of Bo-Kaap. All right, so I am in Bo-Kaap. This is a really nice view of Table Mountain. So you've got Devil's Peak, Table Mountain. Right there you can see Lion's Head. And Bo-Kaap is the district where all the colorful houses are. There's quite an interesting history around this part of town, which the guide shared with us. And he's super knowledgeable. And this is a super cool little part of the town, I'll tell you. And this is the oldest block of Bo-Kaap.
Let's go halfway across and you'll get your picture.
can see all the different colors.
So we've got 2 restaurants I want to point out in the area. This one over here is called Bismillah. Bismillah means in the name of God. They serve Cape Malay food. What is Cape Malay? It's a fusion with the old Dutch dishes with the Malay influence. So while you are here at Cape Town, if you want to try the best samosa in the world, I know samosas. Come up to Bismillah. They've got a takeaway section over here. You can get them there. Or you can try the babuti or the biryani.
Bo-Kaap. All right, I have made it back from Bo-Kaap. The walking tour was quite good. It's a free tour. You just tip the guy. And I gave him a pretty big tip because there was only 5 people on the tour and the other folks didn't give him that much, which I thought sucked. But anyway, so I am back on St. George's. Why is it called that? Well, that's because that's the St. George's Cathedral, one of the oldest churches in Cape Town. And just a couple points of interest I wanted to show you. This building down here, well, where's my finger? There it is. That building there, second oldest building in Cape Town. But this is what I really want to show you, which is super cool. I mean, it's right by the hotel, but I had no clue. This is a piece of the Berlin Wall. And this is the German-occupied side of the wall. And this is the Russian-occupied side of the wall. So, pretty cool to see a slice of the Berlin Wall. This was gifted to Nelson Mandela. And it's literally 1 block from my hotel, so who the heck knew? That's why these tours are good, because they tell you a lot of the history. I mean, this tour guide was incredibly knowledgeable and really, really interesting listening to the history. But anyway, headed back to the hotel, in for the evening. I'm going to grab the wife and walk right across the street to that same nice restaurant from last night. I don't see any other places that I can walk to. I don't feel comfortable out here after dark. That's probably, I'm probably wrong about that, but that's what I'm going with for the moment. And we have one more night, tonight and then tomorrow night. So good night. Tomorrow we do the blue route on the bus down to the beach and the wine area. All right, good morning. Last day in Cape Town. I am at the Groot Constantia winery, one of the most famous wineries in the world. And we're going to be doing the cellar tour here in just a little bit. But in the meantime, got a little wine tasting. Sauvignon Blanc. This is one of the most famous wineries for Sauvignon Blanc in the world. And they have a rosé I'm going to try. I'm not a red wine guy. They have a few of those. This is the blue route on the bus, and then you get off at Constantia Neck and get on the purple wine bus, which has a few different stops. We're just going to stop here though The drive here from Cape Town was absolutely beautiful. One of the most beautiful drives I've ever taken. And this wine region is beautiful, which I will get a view of that for you here shortly, probably on the way out. It's man, it's off the charts. I drink Sauvignon Blanc from South Africa all the time, and this is one of the most famous places that produces it. Groot, Constantia. All right, we're in the wine cellar of the Groot, Constantia. This is where they crush, and for the red they separate the skins and whatnot. We've got these tanks. Had a very interesting discussion with the guy, and learned a lot about making wine. By the way, one thing I forgot to mention earlier is this is the oldest wine estate in South Africa. And then you can't see the detail here, but it shows the difference between making white wine versus red wine. So, Groot Constantia wine cellar. And here's one of the storage areas for the wine that has been placed in the barrels. All right, now we're taking a little walk through the vineyards. Groot Constantia, oldest wine farm in South Africa. Home of some of the world's best Sauvignon Blanc. And I can attest to that because I just had some. It was awesome. So this whole area on this side of the mountain is covered with vineyards, this one being the most famous. And they're having a horrible wildfire over here. He said this is the first time there's been one over here since 2014. So it's been like 10 years since he had one. They've been trying to put it out for 3 days. But he said it's not going to come into the vineyard because of the wind. So we're going to get back on the wine bus, pass a few more vineyards, and then we'll get back on the regular blue route and head down towards the beaches. All right, so continuing on the blue route, we have stopped at the World of Birds and Monkey Jungle. Emphasis on birds, but there's a few monkeys. Okay, the tour's starting. I'm gonna have to keep this short. These are squirrel monkeys, and those are lemurs. I'm getting ready to miss the tour. Be right back. All right, so we're headed to the guided tour in the monkey jungle. And oh my God, this lady's got a monkey on her hand. There's a sign that says all monkeys bite. Go ahead, Pumpkin, don't be scared. They're not gonna get on you. These are the squirrel monkeys. We saw some monkeys in cages, but these are like out in the open where we can see. Oh. He's trying to get food. He's jumping on people trying to get food. Yeah. So these are squirrel monkeys. It says, please do not touch the monkeys, but nobody told them not to touch us. Oh, see, they're jumping on people. Yikes, yikes. I don't like that. Wow. All right, there were some other monkeys around, but these are the ones I guess we're going to talk about. The squirrel monkeys. Look, oh geez. It's on this guy's head. Yikes. Holy cow. All right. I have some new friends. Whoa. Well, that was fun. Here we've got some marmosets. And then over here we have a cotton top tamarind. Oh, he's cute. Hey, cutie. How you doing, buddy? No, this is the way out, honey. Yeah. Here we have several varieties of parakeet. There's several hundred different species of birds in this sanctuary. There weren't as many different types of monkeys as I had hoped, but the emphasis of this place is on birds, not monkeys. Oh, look at this cool guy. Wow, he's cool. Really cool. I mean, this is awesome. I mean, there's the back of Table Mountain right there. This is one of the most beautiful places I've ever been. It's amazing. So we got conures, parakeets, and bantams. Here we've got a few more different kinds of birds. We got these goat-like things. And then we've got an emu. Ooh, 2 emus. And a stork-looking cup. Oh, there's 2 of them. But there's that emu. So here we have a dwarf goat, and over here we have alpacas. They're just chilling. Get out of here before I get splashed with dirty water. We've got some tortoises. Hey, cute boy. How you doing? Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them. They are chowing down on some foliage. Cute. Here are the macaws. Blue and gold. These birds are very tame if they're pets, but they do bite. All right, next stop, Hout Bay. You see the beach there and the mountains all the way around. And you can see the seal over there, but I can't get any closer because the kid stands in front of it and demands money to film the seal. So I told him to get bent. So quite beautiful, Hout Bay. And then one of the things Hout Bay is known for is the best fish and chips, which is in this little area here. The line is horrendous. The wife is waiting in the line as we speak because she wants some fish and chips. I don't eat fish, so I'm getting a Greek salad. So here it is, Hout Bay. All right, last stop for today, and indeed our time in Cape Town is coming to an end. This is Camps Bay. Beautiful beach, everybody having a blast. And Table Mountain. These are known as the 12 Apostles, which no one really understands because there's 17 of them. There are 400 shipwrecks out here around the Cape, not just this spot here, but 400 shipwrecks. It's amazing. People go scuba diving in them and something like that. So this is quite a beautiful setting. You've got the beach, you've got the mountains, and then you've got lots of shops and restaurants everywhere. Hard Rock Cafe. Really, really beautiful. Really, really beautiful. Camps Bay, South Africa. This is beautiful. This drive today has been one of the most beautiful drives I've ever been on. Just amazing. All right, good morning. Good morning from Cape Town Airport. We're getting ready to fly to Scenic Airport up in Kruger Park with a change of planes in Johannesburg. So we're getting ready to get on a flight to Johannesburg. It is 4:30 in the morning. Whoa. Arrived at the airport, had to wait 5 minutes for the check-in to open, checked in just like that, through security just like that, into the lounge. Got the lounge 10 minutes before they opened. They opened 5 minutes early. I am at the Bid Bar Lounge, and they have a nice little spread here. It's a nice lounge, very nice and comfortable. We have about 45 minutes before we have to board our flight. So everything is going good with that, and we'll be flying Airlink. I always enjoy flying a new airline just to see what it's all about. All the check-in, online check-in, all that good stuff. It's perfect, absolutely no issues. So that's what we're doing today, is flying to Scenic. Now, on to wrap a bow around Cape Town. 3 days in Cape Town. We did an enormous amount of things in 3 days. The scenery here is just breathtaking. It's absolutely amazing. Beautiful. We used the hop-on, hop-off bus. That was great. No issues whatsoever. Great weather. I highly recommend Cape Town. Everything was organized. Everything was clean. Everything operated as advertised, and really no issues at all. The only thing I would worry a little bit about is, the city has kind of a bad rap about safety. I never felt unsafe at all, but we never went out at night. And you can definitely tell when it gets dark, things change a little bit. So that's just a personal thing on our part that we didn't feel comfortable. Had we gone out, I might have learned otherwise, but daytime was no problem at all. Great bucket list destination. Can't say enough about it. Holiday Inn Express, great location, very close to the tour bus, so that was good. But again, after dark, it was a little sketchy around there. As far as the Holiday Inn Express is concerned, the staff couldn't have been nicer. They were great. The transportation to and from the airport was great, no problems. And the room was not nice at all. The breakfast was okay. The room was tiny. I had to sleep on the sofa bed. Wifey and I couldn't fit in the bed. It was so small. And then they had the nerve to tell me it was an upgrade. They said it was a family room. That's why I had a sofa bed. Thank God for that. So, you know, the hotel gets a thumbs up for everything but the bed and the room. And it gets kind of the room was clean. It was just dated and tiny, lack of charging ports, lack of lighting. It's not very nice at all. It's a Holiday Inn Express. So that's it. So we give Holiday Inn Express about like that. We give Cape Town as a city thumbs up. All the destinations, absolutely awesome. Costs, not cheap. I've been to Asia 3 times in the last year, so it's certainly not anything like that, but it's cheaper than the US. And I mean, we go out and have a gourmet meal with drinks and everything, and it would cost about the same as what it would cost us to go out to lunch at home. So you really can't beat it. It's not super expensive, and it's not super cheap, but used a credit card almost everywhere. So like over in Asia, you always got to carry cash with you because they don't accept credit cards, and sometimes they don't work, stuff like that. I used a credit card for almost everything I did, and I had no issues whatsoever. Transaction always went through. We did not use an ATM. We brought South African cash with us through our bank. So that's it. Our little adventure in Cape Town has come to an end, and on to safari. Getting ready to get on Airlink Airlines.